me see, all of my Scorpios. So please make sure to get the book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The link will be in the description box below as usual. So real bright in here, I know, but let's get into it for the Scorpios. So I'm not necessarily going to be so talkative today. It's more so based upon just kind of, you know, my mind is in a different dimension. It's in a different world right now. You know what I mean? But all right, so let's get into it. So the cards that I come up with are, oh wow, some of these cards are upside down. Whatever, I'll just flip them right back up. So you have the Three of Coins, Four of Wands, the Death card, Queen of Spears, Tower, Eight of Spears, High Priestess, Five of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Two of Swords. I don't read upside down, you know. I just need to go ahead and fix these. So anyway, so I'll do that as I'm explaining to y'all what the cards mean. I can always multitask. So what I'm seeing here for the Scorpios, obviously the Death card does represent Scorpio. Okay, so does not necessarily. Nah, I can't say the High Priestess. Really, more so the Magician represents Scorpio as well as Virgo and Gemini, right? But you did show up in your own reading here. And then you have the Tower, which also is Scorpio. So what I'm seeing here for you Scorpios is, I'm seeing how a lot of you Scorpios right now, I'm seeing that a lot of you Scorpios are pretty much cleaning house, just like Capricorn. You're cleaning house. You're getting rid of, for this winter, right? I guess if you have winter, but it's winter for me, right? But you are essentially trying to get rid of all the fake people around you. Okay, you don't want those types of individuals around you too much. So a lot of you Scorpios are just like, you know, it's better you get rid of these people. You want to, hold on a second. You want to build something real with other people, but like I said before, Scorpio, got a lot of people playing games. If you've seen the new episode, that's what Power was about, right? Especially today's episode, season 2, episode 2, was about essentially you saw a lot of games and manipulation happening, and you kind of sort of set up to how things were essentially going to go bad. And a lot of you Scorpios don't want to play the games, a lot of y'all, right? Y'all want people y'all could trust. Thus the Three of Coins. But the thing is that, number one, a few things with that. Number one, I should say with that is, you Scorpios got to learn to not play the game too. See, so many people are so interested in playing the game a lot of times. What a lot of people don't necessarily understand about playing the game is you don't know the principles of playing the game. Principle number one, you can't play games with everybody. Because people who constantly play games make unnecessary enemies. So as a result of this, what happens is they either burn bridges with people that really like them and ultimately makes themselves more alone, because now they don't have friends because they have less people to call on. Or it's a situation where they create a lot of enemies where people want to see them destroyed based upon them wanting to get revenge back for the stuff that they did. And since you Scorpios are trying to get away from that, the Queen of Wands, which is Spears, same thing, and the Tower represents you need to learn to confront certain things within yourself. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like it, but that's what the Tower represents. If you don't learn how to confront certain things within yourself, your own complications, your own emotionalism, your own stuff that you got going on, and the Eight of Wands, be able to actually announce it, the ability to actually speak it into existence, to bring it up on out of yourself. What is actually bothering you? Whether you're doing it to a counselor or a friend, or maybe even to yourself, just talking to yourself, just saying, wow, you know, so you can push that up on out of you. The High Priestess represents you're going to continue to play these games, right? And the Five of Wands. Now, these two card combinations could go one or two ways, mainly, right? Can always go a different way, but I mean mainly. This could either be you still trying to play the game, and ultimately you find yourself in a situation where you paint yourself into a corner because you're going back to the reason what I'm saying. You're creating a lot of unnecessary enemies by manipulating and lying and things of this nature. A lot of people who play the game don't take into consideration, if I have a person who trusts me manipulating them, I'm essentially stabbing them in the back, so to speak. So when this person doesn't trust me anymore, how can I be so upset at that? You understand what I'm saying? It's either that's going to happen, or you'll be able to actually bring what the problem actually is up on out of yourselves, right? Because I'm not going to get too deep, because a lot of people don't like it when I get deep. You know, a lot of times it ends up falling on deaf ears, because a lot of people don't really like to support even though whatnot, because they usually like to sniff after the coattails of other individuals stuff, and you know, all this other stuff, and bicker and argue, you know, and all this other stuff. So I'm gonna just kind of keep it light for y'all, because decency is a very shallow thing nowadays, because you got too many people playing dumb and acting as if they don't know what's the difference between right and wrong. So I'm not even into that type of stuff, man. I'm only on here to do what it is I need to do. But the High Priestess and the Five of Spears, it can also represent, if you do decide to actually face, I guess you could say, face your fears or face your shortcomings, then what's going to happen is that you're going to start getting rid of those people who are blights in your life, and kind of cutting the fat, you know, off the bacon. And then you have the Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords. Nine of Swords, Two of Swords. People may also act, like I said, when you're cutting those people off, if you make it here, if you make it to these two cards, and the only way you're going to make it to these two cards is if you actually face what's going on with you, is a lot of people are going to start being quote-unquote defensive, and they're going to start acting out. And a lot of you Scorpios are going to see, here's the thing, right? Scorpio represents excrement. So it doesn't just represent that. Scorpio represents the body purging itself, or getting rid, or culling, right? Culling of whatever it is that you want. That's what Scorpio represents, culling, a getting rid of, a disposing of, waste, regardless of whatever form of waste it is. You understand what I'm saying? Bodily, or people, or situations in your life that really don't need to be there. So I have Scorpio in my Pluto, right? I have Pluto and Scorpio in my 8th house. So for me, I'm part Scorpio in that sense, because I have that generation, and I have it in the house of Scorpio, in the planet, in the zodiac sign. So with that being said, what happens here is that I go through every couple of months personally, right? Just to kind of share y'all, to give y'all an understanding of what this is. I go through it every couple of months, a culling, right? Where I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to such and such anymore, because essentially there's really no point, you know, fair weather friends. So that's what it is that a lot of you Scorpios got to learn to do yourselves. Every couple of months, the trash that you've accumulated, the excess baggage, the friends, the so-called friends, the BS, you got to really have like a day to like really go, really look for yourself, really see within yourself and be like, all right, this person's trash. Now, to clarify the Two of Swords, you have the Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and then you have the Eight of Swords. Like I said, you're going to have people who are going to try to, they know what it is that they did, but they're not going to tell you what it is that they did. They're just going to try to flip the script back onto you about what you may have done, because they really don't want to admit what they've done to you, right, when it comes to people and others and your shortcomings. So you're not necessarily going to get a sorry or an apology out of these people. You're going to get them trying to pull you into an argument. because they on BS. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.